Welcome to Motoring Northwest with me, Mark Stone, and welcome to the Peugeot 5008. It's the biggest of the 008s that Peugeot produce, and if you cast your mind back, in its own way, it recreates the days of the famous 404s and 504 saloons and estates, the two cars that absolutely tamed Africa. They also tamed a lot of rallies. That was back in the days when rally cars looked like cars that you went into the showroom and bought. Difference was they were rear-wheel drive. This, even though an SUV, is front-wheel drive. I actually find these a very attractive car. Yes, they are big, they are boxy, but if you study them, there's a lot of subtle elegance about them, which is overtly French, like the tiger claw rear lights, like the heavily sculpted front lights. They're a nice car. They're actually very well built and very, very pleasant to be knocking about with. This particular one is the 5008 Allure with the 2-litre turbo diesel in it, although you can get two petrols, a 1.2 and a 1.6, and there is a smaller 1.5 diesel. I've had the small petrol engine one with a manual gearbox. Great car, nothing at all wrong with it. But the 2-litre with the 8-speed automatic, very relaxed to drive. You've got the option of manual mode, and you've got the option of paddle change. Paddle change is, like most of the time, it's better if you're sending on a little bit, and if you're towing, it's great. Or if you're full of cargo, or you have passengers 6 and 7 sat in it. 2 extra seats folding down and well out of the way in the rear when you don't want them, and pop up very easily when you do want them. This one, as I've just said, powered by a 2-litre turbo diesel, 8-speed manual gearbox. I'm getting approximately 40 to the gallon out of the car. Fluctuates a little bit either way, depending on what I've been doing with it. Sits very happily on 8 very nice 18-inch alloys, 225/55 rubber. In this instance, Michelin, but nearly all Peugeots and Citroens these days come as factory fit on the French manufacturer's tyres. Right, performance-wise, you will hit 62 miles per hour in 9.2 seconds, but you're not buying this for performance. Maximum speed 134. If you can tell me where you can do half of that, I'd be obliged. He's getting anywhere in the UK. He's now a complete force. Besides the external looks, nice 4 big doors, huge tailgate. As I said, nice big alloys, attractive looking car. Inside it's Peugeot's iCockpit, which I regard as an absolute triumph of design. You've got a really small steering wheel, leather steering wheel, multifunction. It never ever obstructs the instrumentation, and the instrumentation, you've about 6 variations you can choose from, all digital, backed up by a huge central screen that gives you even more information, all the Bluetooth connection, controls all the entertainment, everything else. Just below it there's the row of brushed aluminium piano keys which control telephone, heating, sat-nav selection, everything else. Inside it's incredibly comfortable, enormous amount of space, it's flat floored so you have no transmission tunnel to get in the way. The view from behind the wheel is excellent. It's just a great piece of machinery to be doing distance in. If you're doing any form of distance, couldn't think of anything better knocking about at the moment. Now, a lot of people criticise the 508 because it's heavier than its slightly smaller sibling, the 308. And I'll promise you this, the 308 is only marginally smaller, but yes, it does weigh less. Why is the 508, in my opinion, the better motor? The added weight improves the handling. It allows the car to balance more. You can set the car up for corners, any high-speed driving. It just settles a lot better having that slight extra weight. So if you're looking for a large SUV that can take an enormous amount of luggage, 7 passengers or 5 passengers, a lot of luggage, or 2 passengers and a phenomenal amount of luggage, that's economical, stylish, comfortable to drive, and has that added little bit of French flair about it, go and have a look at the Peugeot 5008. This particular model is all yours for what I don't consider a bad £33,339. Given the current cost of cars, I don't think that is a bad price for what you're actually getting. You can read the full review on motoringnorthwest.com, where I go into even more detail about the car, or listen to the Backseat Driver radio show, Drystone Radio 103.5 FM, where you will be able to hear my full spoken review of the car. So until next time, thank you for joining me, Mark Stone, motoringnorthwest.com.